I'll tell you a story. Rajmouli is a relative of mine. Rajmouli wife Rama is my cousin. And when I came back from England, I was in Apollo. She was my secretary for some time. So I was going to Chennai to give a talk. At that time, there is no digital slides. I forgot the slides at home and I went to the airport. So I rang Rama and said, Rama, I want these slides. The flight is in another 30 minutes. Please send. I was waiting at the airport. Then one young man without a beard came on a motorbike and gave the slides. That was him. Okay. But at that time, he was not married. But of course, I smelt the love there. That means he was quoting Rama at that time. And afterwards, they got married and rest is history. Let me tell you guys, if one quality you wanted to emulate from him, that is his humility. He has not changed the day he handed over the slides to me till today. The same respect, same love. The journey started in 2001 with the Student Number 1. That is a Telugu movie. And then 2003, Simhadri. Both these hero is the junior NTR Tarak, who is one of the heroes of the RRR. And then he produced a very offbeat movie in 2004 on a rugby. And then in 2004 only, Chhatrapati. And again 2006, he went on to produce Vikramarkudu. And if you see previous slide, Chhatrapati, the hero was Prabhas, who is the pan-Indian star now, the Adipurush hero. And then in 2007, he did a fantasy mythological movie called Yamadonga. So that is what. And this is the one where he broke into big league. Magadhira, that is Ram Charan, one of the heroes of RRR. He is the son of Telugu megastar Chiranjeevi. And for Ram Charan also, it was a big hit. And this was a reincarnation, right? Reincarnation theme. And then Rajmouli has got a tendency to prove the people that he is the boss. But when Magadhira became hit, I think people like you and me said it is Ram Charan's heroism that elevated the film. I'm joking, some of the things, okay? You know that. Then Rajamouli must have thought in his mind, okay man, give me a comedian, I will make a hit movie. This Sunil is a #1 comedian at that time. So he took him and made this movie called Maryada Ramanna, again a super hit. Then again, somebody said, theek hai, even Sunil is a big hero. Then he said, I don't need any heroes, just give me a fly, I'll make a movie. So he made a movie on a fly, Iga. I think it has come in Hindi also. It was again Maki. Yeah, again it was a super hit movie. And in fact, myself and my wife Bhavani is here. Both of us were very skeptical. We thought Rajmouli has gone bonkers to make a movie on a fly. And the credit is, there is an actor in that movie, the Adarsh. So Rajmouli has given him 30 seconds role. Smaller than fly. Okay. Right. And then this happened. Bahubali. So it took 3 years to release Bahubali. And again, as I say, in India, you need 3 F's to do anything big. Friends, family, and fools to trust you. So Rajmouli has got fools like Shobhu Yarlagadda, a producer. So he was ready to put hundreds of crores. And then Rajmouli went on rampage and then produced this Bahubali. But I'll tell you, on the day I was going to my hospital in the morning, 7:30, there was a queue in front of the Prasad Lab cinema hall, probably stretching 4 miles. I have never seen it in my life. Then I thought, this guy has arrived. And you all know what happened to Bahubali. And then Bahubali 2 happened in 2017. And everybody said, you can't produce in 2 parts and all that stuff. First time, such a mega picture. And Bahubali 2 made double the money and double the accolades than Bahubali 1. And then RRR happened in 2022. And again, the best song, Natu Natu, I was a part of it. You got to trust me. I was there in Kyiv, Ukraine, when the RR song was shot. I also did the dancing, but the problem is, as usual, I over-dominated the heroes. So Rajmouli requested me to take back seat. So I did that sacrifice. That is his family. Rajmouli got Padma Shri in 5 years back, and I'm sure this time he will get Padma Bhushan or even Padma Vibhushan. And it's great to have you here, Nandi. So please come on to the stage. Rajamouli, or Nandi, wonderful to have you here. So how do you define your journey of 22 years as a filmmaker?
It was fun, exciting all the way.
Yeah.
I can't be anything else except a film director.
Film director.
Yeah, it's a great life.
We all know your highs. It is publicized. It is in the website. We know. What are your lows? If I ask you the single most depressing moment in your 22 years of career, can you recall one?
On the day of the release of Bahubali 1, it was the first pan-Indian film. So we released in Telugu states, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, whole of North India, America, UAE. We had a positive talk from all across the globe, but our main bread and butter is from Telugu states. The most of the money comes from the Telugu states. It had a very bad talk, and people started talking it's one of the biggest disasters of film industry. So we spent so much of money on the film. My producer spent so much of money on the film. If the film is a disaster as people are speaking, then the person who trusted me and journeyed with me for the past 3 years, he would be going to a place where he can't get up again. So, and I didn't know how to bring him up or how to get out of that. So that was my biggest depressing moments.
Yeah, but fortunately, you came out of that. Now, you gone to the Western audience, and in the future, are you going to make any movies specially catering to the Western audience, or a cinema is a cinema for anyone?
RRR has got a lot of recognition from the West, not just from West, from Japan to America. And I didn't make anything different from a film that I would make for Telugu film audience. So that itself says that I should be making the films that I make, and only make them better probably. Keep learning, keep making them better. But I don't think I would change the way I make films in general.
On that point, because we have a lot of foreign faculty, we got Netherlands, Paris, Germans, Americans, Australians. We learned so many things from them, and they learned so many things from us. So if you wanted to learn 3 things from the Western filmmakers, so what are those 3?
First is the planning and the organization skills that they have. I can't talk about your department. I don't know what are the strengths of the foreigners in your department. As far as I see in my department, the planning and organization skills are much higher. The work culture is very good. If they say they are going to work for 8 hours, they work for 8 hours. No one needs to keep a tab on it. Okay. So that is one thing that's very good. Yeah, I think those two are some of the
If they want to learn from you, what are the 2 things?
In general, what foreigners learn from Indians is the adaptability. Adaptability.
That's what I said, optimize the compromise.
Indians, as Indians, I think one of our greatest strength is to think on our toes. A problem arises and we come to solutions very quickly. I think that is the strength of Indians.
Indian jugaad.
Yeah, jugaad. Yes.
Jugaad. Yeah, that's right, exactly. Anybody non-Indians have seen RRR movie here? Thurston? Maharaja, you have seen RRR? Right. So how do you rate RRR? Don't say worst movie. He's from Hamburg, Germany. Yeah.
Actually, my wife is from Afghanistan, and she is a great, great, great fan of your movies. So I know your movies already.
Oh boy, right. Good. Sebastian and Helmond. Sebastian is in Abu Dhabi. You must have seen this movie.
My wife is from Singapore, and she's a great fan of the... So I'm learning and discovering. Congratulations. It's very nice to be
Thank you so much.
So the lesson is all the wives know you more than the husbands. As I said, you are down to earth right from the beginning, since I know you. Is it a childhood trait, or as you grow higher up, you made a conscious effort to put your feet down on the earth?
No, that's... I don't like the way I be, down to earth or something like. I like to be stylish. I like to be open. I like to smoke a cigarette and be very fashionable. But the way I was brought up in the lower middle class, I think it is the way I am. I don't like to be down to earth. I like to be more exuberant. I'd like to be like you. But this is how I am.
Yeah, Rajmouli comes from a low middle class. In fact, there were incidents where he was avoiding the local kirana shop because the debts are so high. Am I right?
Yeah.
So he was not going to that shop, to going to another shop. But as I said, money need not spoil anybody is a classical example. And Oscar, we all waited for you to get the best film Oscar nominations, but of course, song is no less than his thing. Are you disappointed that you're not in that category?
No, actually, for me, awards are a bonus. I never make film for awards. I make for people's appreciation, and the money that comes along with the people's appreciation. That is what I make films for. And once I achieved it, my job is done, and whatever we get on top of it is a bonus or recognition for all my technicians. I have a huge team, and it is a recognition for their efforts. So whatever campaign that we did for awards is for my team. So whoever gets it, I'm fine with it. But when we campaign for Oscars, or why is Oscar such a big thing? What is so great about Oscars? See, if your films get recognition in the international arena, it's not just your film that makes money or benefits. For example, South Korea, 10 years back, was a very small industry. Now it's been, after the Oscars for Parasite and a couple of hit shows on television, suddenly the South Korean industry has increased by $1 billion industry. I don't know the numbers, but it's like increased 10 times or more. But the point is, because there are people who are watching Korean shows and films and they are liking it, the Korean food industry has increased 100 times. The Korean cosmetic industry has increased like 200, 300 times because of the Korean films. That's the soft power. So my thing is, like, if we can make inroads into international arena with Indian films, the Indian films will grow, but more than that, Indian food industry, Indian fashion industry, Indian clothing industry, I think would become a multi-billion-dollar industries.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, we got here one Modi, Bharat Modi is here. He is a cousin brother of Narendra Modi. In fact, Modi has phoned Bharat Modi to request you to become the next finance minister. Because you rightly said, your RRR will increase the GDP of the India. Rightly, and the whole film industry will go billions and billions higher. So that is what a lot of people have not realized. Your one effort of Oscar has multiplied ripple effect, what we call that.
I mean, not just one RR film. I would be very disappointed if in the next 10 years, RRR is the only film that still has one Oscar. I'm assuming that, I'm believing that in the next 10 years, we'll be, in the next decade or so, we'll be having 10 to 15 Oscars with us.
Yeah. For everyone, there is an inspiration in life. If I ask you, it need not be the family, it can be international, it can be national. If I ask you 3 icons you look up to in your life, 1, 2, 3.
So many people. In terms of working hard and rags to riches kind of thing, and living a principled life, I would say Ramoji Rao garu is one of my very...
Ramoji Rao.
Yes.
That is what we are here. The owner of this property, he is one of the icons. Yeah.
And Dr. Jay Prakash Narayan.
For what?
Staying true to what he believes in, no matter how many opportunities that come in the opposite way, still trying and focusing on the path that he has chosen, which he believes is
you
right.
disappointed me. He said, the moment he said doctor, I thought Dr. Guruva Reddy. Okay. Dr. Jayaprakash Narayan was an IAS officer. He was senior to me in medical school. A lot of reforms happened because of him. He's still very active. 2012, when we are assembled in Hyderabad, he was our chief guest. Jayaprakash Narayan. Third one?
Dr. Kurian Amul,
Dr.
the
Kurian
milkman
Amul.
of India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all Keralites know. I think all India knows about that. Why don't you make a film on Kurian?
Yeah, I have been planning for a long time. I want to make it. That's one of my things.
When you in the titles, you will put my name? Inspired by Guruva Reddy's suggestion?
Yeah, I mean, did I ever shy away from that?
Yeah. In fact, he put my name in Magadira. Income tax people came to my home next day. Your relationship with Keravani?
He's my elder brother. He is my 12-year senior to me, and as a child, he used to carry me. So he knows me inside out. Not just as a human being, as a creator. He knows what I need.
Have you ever said no to him because he produced less than average tunes? Or you accepted whatever he gave you?
No, there is nothing like less than average or good tunes. It is whether that particular tune fits into the scheme of the things. If it doesn't, I will say no. But when I don't say no to so many tunes, I myself am confused about which tune is good for the film or not. So there is a whole bunch of family members who would make the decision. But the background score, I'm much more clearer on what I need, and I'll say no to the background score many times. Not once, many times I'll say no.
Yeah, a word of appreciation about your wife or my sister Rama.
I mean, apart from my about directing my film, I'm unsure of many things in my life. She runs the whole family. She runs the finances. She runs the household. She decides what is good and what is not for children, for me. I mean, except directing a film, I don't take one single decision in my life. Everything else is taken by her. And
yeah, I'm also the same. All the major decisions are taken by me, like whether Russia and America should go to the war or those like this. And all the other decisions are taken by my wife.
And even while directing a film, any idea that comes to my mind, the first person I share is it with Rama. If I don't get a nod of approval from her, it doesn't make the final cut.
Okay, so it's like a litmus test.
Yeah, she is.
I should say that your strength lies in your creativity, and number 2, in your family. Because his wife, his son, his brother, and so whole family is there, and all of them support him. Now his daughter-in-law, father, his father is the script writer. All his films are written by his father. So that is wonderful, a family unit working for a film.
Yeah, reverse. What you said is correct, but it's reverse. Family first and creativity second.
Family first, creativity second, okay. Now, we are all orthopedic surgeons. I treated your unit members, your stunt masters, your mother, father, all the people. We are all orthopedics. What is your take on doctors now? Be frank. Are we as bloodsuckers as the press says that? Don't worry. It is a very private meet. So if you say anything, fine. Don't be diplomatic.
You must be really joking. 500 doctors here, and you saying I can be frank and get away with it. You must be really joking. I mean, like in any field, in my field, there will be good directors, there will be bad directors. So there will be good doctors, bad doctors. That is quite natural. Natural. But when I am fortunate to be in the knowing doctors who have been not only very good in their field, not only good in what they do, but very good as human beings. So I'm fortunate to have those doctors around me. Whatever stories I have heard about doctors not being good, fortunately, they are just stories. I have never met them in person. So all the doctors I know have been good, so I only have good things to say
Again,
about
he
doctors.
disappointed me. He said, there are doctors around me, including you, but he didn't say that word. Sanjay. Sanjay is from Bombay. And Aishwarya Rai, Jitendra, you take any name, they're all his patients. Your heroine, Alia Bhatt, is also his patient. He is a celebrity orthopedic surgeon in Bombay. So, Sanjay.
Mr. Rajmouli, the press says that you want to make Mahabharat. And Mahabharat is a great big epic. The original ones that we saw on TV were 266 episodes. You've made some entirely fantastic movies. We've seen that. How many episodes would you make to make the Mahabharat, which the press says you wish to make?
I don't know, sir. That's a very tough question. But if I get to the point of making Mahabharata, just to read all the versions that are existing in the country would take an year or more. Just to read what is existing, not even putting one word on the paper. So it would be such a huge project. At present, I can only make a guess. I'm assuming it will be maybe 10 films. Make
10 films.
10 films, 10 parts. 10 parts of films, I'm assuming, but I don't know.
So wish you luck. We look forward to seeing it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Right, on that note, Rajmouli, is Mahabharat anytime in your scheme of things, or it is just a press fabrication?
No, that's my aim. That's the aim of my life.
Life. Okay, good. Yeah, Sharon. Sharon is from Bangalore. He is the future chief minister. Next 10 years, yeah.
No, we know that you're such a passionate filmmaker. We want to know a little bit more of you as a human, what other passion you have. And Guruva keeps telling me about your extraordinary unspoken charity you do, and what a wonderful family man you are. So we want to know a little bit more about the charitable work you do and how well you take care of your employees. We all have teams to work with, but there's no bigger team player than you, and everybody celebrates your teamwork. We would like to know a few things about that. Thank you.
Yeah, charity-wise, there is nothing I do. It is everything that my wife does, and the credit is given to me. My wife Rama and my sister-in-law Srivalli, they are the people who take care of the whole unit. If anything, all the needs of the unit, they take care of it, and the credit is given to me. In fact, I don't know many of the charity works that they do. They don't even tell me. Personally, apart from making films, I like reading books, traveling, playing cricket, and during COVID, we made a volleyball court in our apartments, and we constantly supplied patients to Sunshine Hospital. One of the reasons why Sunshine Hospital prevailed or made money is because we were the constant suppliers.
Yeah, so on the charity-wise, Rama and Rajmouli send so many of their film crew, and all the bills are paid by them, running into lakhs of rupees. They said unspoken charity, and Rajmouli, whenever the success meet happens of his film, he calls right from the light boys, onto the stage and publicly acknowledges their contribution. That's what I saw. It is a wonderful gesture. Bharat, he is the Narendra Modi's cousin. Yeah.
It's an honor and privilege to be able to interact. May I ask you, your films, you crossed the Rubicon on the Indian filmmaking scene when you did almost what I would describe, perhaps rightly or wrongly, I don't know, as augmented reality. Bahubali was something akin to Avatar and that level of technology, and it was the first time that the Indian audience saw something like that. May I ask you, do you foresee in the near future or foreseeable future a situation wherein the virtual reality, the ability of just digitized algorithms and codes to reach a point where you won't need human heroes or celebrities, no Alia Bhatts, no Amitabhs, just fictional characters, and the directors won't be even looking at real life human beings. Would that be a situation? Because in our field, we are rapidly hoping for that to... we are rapidly... and the most passionate guy rooting for that is sitting across the table.
I tell you the background of that. Since morning, there is a lot of discussion going on the robotics. This guy is a poor guy, he can't afford the robot. So for him, robot is a sour grape. So that's why he was lamenting since morning. He vented that to you.
Like in the field of medicine where robotic surgeries are like becoming more and more common and more talked about, even in the field of creation, there is a lot of talk about getting your images from artificial intelligence, AI, has been making inroads quite rapidly, and the results are like mind-bogglingly good, amazing, scary. But so far, no one is able to create any tools where they can have a control over that imagery. Many people across the globe are investing thousands and thousands of billions of dollars into making tools that can control artificial intelligence. If they are successful, then the way we make films or the way we make content is going to change dramatically. Is going to change dramatically, but whether a person is needed or not is a very big question. I'm assuming even for robotic surgery, you need surgeons to be performing it. It is not an attendant who's going to perform the surgery. You still need the surgeons with different skill sets, I'm assuming. I think the same thing will happen even in our industry. But I know we are standing on a threshold of a very different kind of filmmaking. But I'm also not sure what it's going to be.
Yeah, final 2-3 questions. Now, where from here? Where are you going? Going means not home.
I know. Every film I make, I feel that I am learning something to ultimately make Mahabharata. So that is my dream. So every step is towards that.
See, I'll tell you, Nandi, you have made movies so far, or for yourself or for people, but for the whole India, you have to make Mahabharata. See the enthusiasm of people.
I make Mahabharata for myself.
Yeah, but you have to promise, you have to give Hanuman character to me. Hanuman is there in Mahabharata? No.
So that's the first step to stop making Mahabharata.
No. I am either Krishna or Arjun, you know that. Okay. Final question. There are a lot of youngsters here. Of course, you are a celebrity, you have found the success, and you have still feet on the ground. There are a lot of analogies between us and you. You operate in cinema theater, we operate in operating theaters. And 5 minutes, the decision is made. What is your message to the youngsters to become successful and be happy at the same time?
I don't give messages, Guruva, but since you asked, I mean, we were talking before about so many doctors that I know. But the first time I saw him in his consultation room was about 15 years back, 20 years back. I happened to be in his room. There was a patient and I had to go inside, and I was expecting some serious conversation to happen between him and the patient. They were sitting and chatting like, I wouldn't even say chatting, they were gossiping like two women, right? Like sitting and happily, there is nothing serious about what they're discussing, just gossiping. And I saw the patient, I never saw any patient be so happy to be with a doctor. That was the first time I saw, and I realized at that time that more than the diagnosis or the medical help a doctor gives the patient, it is that personal time or personal attachment that has a better effect than the medicines on the patient. That's the first time I saw that, and my respect on Guru Baba, as I call him, has increased many folds.
Talia!
So I don't know what kind of message I can give you, but because most of your doctors are going to be doctors, I would say if you can be like that, if you can be a friend to your patient. I mean, even with a lot of knowledge in the medicine, I'm sure all the doctors don't exactly know whether they can cure a patient or not. But if you can be a friend, the patient would be really grateful, I think.
Your icon. This one I requested Subhani, the famous artist of Deccan Chronicle. I gave the theme. So now you are as iconic as Charminar, or statue of Buddha, or statue of the equality. So that is a small gift for you.
Thank you.
One. Okay. And of course, this is for your Oscar award. All your team who participated in this, you all made Oscar also not to dance. Thank you so much. It's an honor and privilege to be here. Wonderful. Take care of yourself, and we will have better movies. Give me some role someday.
Yeah.
Okay.